Hi. Good morning, everyone. Hi. Good morning, Christian. Good morning, Shivangi.
Good morning, Rishi sir. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Shivangi ma'am. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
So good to
Yeah.
see everyone here today morning. So I think, Christian, we should begin.
Yes, sir. We can start.
Okay. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today for the webinar. Friends, we are presenting an exclusive masterclass today, right now, on tax efficient financial planning strategies for individuals. Friends, on behalf of everyone of us here today, I warmly welcome CA Shivangi Mittal. Friends, Shivangi is an expert finance professional. A CA by profession. Shivangi comes with more than 12 years of experience and has been successfully running her own CA firm since the last 5 years. Having a passion for teaching, apart from her professional requirements, Shivangi coaches our ICFP's CFP level 2 students in the tax module. Apart from that, she is also coaching the CA final year students for this topic on directed international taxation. Uh, in addition, friends, Shivani frequently delivers seminars on income tax and is also popular on YouTube for her simple delivery of complicated tax topics. As we all understand, tax is not so simple to understand. So that is a very big USP that I've seen in her videos, and I do watch that. And the lastly, no, but not the least, she is also an avid writer of books on taxation. So with this multi-dimensional and thorough professional chartered accountant who's in front of us, I warmly welcome once again Shivangi, and we look forward to a great session today. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us the opportunity to listen to your valued words. Over to you, Shivangi. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. First of all, very good morning to all of you. And thank you all for joining this session. I can see lots of participants, approx 100 participants have joined this session. So really thank you for taking out your precious time for to getting to know the tax efficient financial planning strategies. And thank you, Rishi sir, for this wonderful introduction of mine. It was really wonderful to know. So basically, before starting this session, first of all, I would like to thank you, ICOFP, and its team as well for organizing this webinar because when it comes to taxation, so taxation is more like we need to do certain kind of saving, we need to save money, and with taxation there's some there's this hype that we have created, like we have to invest certain amount in say life insurance policy or maybe in tax saving FTs. But with uh, this the basically the area that I need to cover here, that taxation can be mixed with. I mean the taxation. I mean if we want to save tax, it can be mixed with the retirement planning as well. Like suppose if we are making certain investments, like I used to remember that for saving income tax, we need to make certain investments, right? But if we mix it with the retirement tax planning, because people don't think about the retirement, or generally retirement, there's a stigma associated with it, that retirement is going to happen only after the at the age of 60. But that is not the case. Suppose if I talk about myself, I want to retire at the age of 40. So it depends upon the wisdom that you basically apply in your investments, and that is the area I'm going to cover here today. Okay, so with this, I would like to share my PPT first with all of you that I have created, and then we will proceed further. So let me share my PPT. Yes. So when it comes to tax planning, as our area that we are going to cover today is tax efficient financial planning strategies. Okay, so when it comes to tax planning, it's basically planning of, or I would say analysis of one's financial situation from the tax efficiency point of view. Like, how can we save tax? And as we know that March is about to come, right? So there's this financial year about to end, and there may be certain individuals who have not invested their money into certain investments, and there are a lot of tax regimes. There's stigma. I would say there that I need to save money, where I need to apply my amount, where I need to invest my amount, or normally what happens, since I finalize payroll, or I would say taxation of many individuals, there's this one thing that I have seen, that suppose one of my friend have invested a certain amount in a particular, say, mutual fund. So that I mean, the friend of mine who has suggested me, so I will also invest that amount in that particular mutual fund without giving any thought that what would be the return in that case, or how I'm going to like, how this is going to benefit me in my future. See, when it comes to financial goals, it is different from for every person. Like, for example, maybe I want to purchase a house, but there's a friend of mine who has already 2 or 3 houses, and he just want to purchase a car. So accordingly, even if we talk about the tax, there should be certain retirement aspects to it. And when it comes to tax planning, the minimizing the tax liability is one thing, and basically your allowances, deductions, exemptions. So that is one thing. But what I'm trying to say, that if we mix it with the retirement perspective, then that will be a very good. I mean, that will be very good for you. Okay. So when it comes to tax aware investing, it is, I would say, if I want to invest money, um, and want to save tax, so I need to look for few things. Number one is, what is my tax structure? Number two is my tax sensitive asset allocation. Like, if I'm doing something, if I'm like selling, if I'm selling my house property, then accordingly the asset allocation should be there. And asset location is also one criteria that I need to take care of. And then there comes retirement distribution strategies to last a lifetime. So basically, the purpose of this seminar, I would say, webinar, sorry, I would say, is mainly that tax planning we need to do, but accordingly, we need to mix the retirement part as well. So when it comes to tax structure, so we talk about our incomes. It can be related to salary income, interest income, dividend income, any other income that you would be earning. So accordingly, we need to define what is the optimum mix of investments that I can do. If I need to invest in my life insurance policies, for example, then there are lots of options available in the market. So what should be the correct way to invest that money in a particular LIC? Okay. When it comes to tax sensitive asset allocation, that means suppose there's this, you have sold your house property, then there's certain sections under the income tax, like section 54, 54F, where you need to invest your amount in a particular house property. There are certain conditions given in those sections. So if you have sold your house property and there's this capital gain that have been arised, you can exempt your capital gain by investing your amount in a particular um, item, I would say land or building, house property, share securities, depending upon the section which is best suitable to your case. Next comes as your asset location. So there's this one criteria that I also need to define, that where my asset should be located, in the sense that asset location means that suppose when it comes to the mutual fund investments, okay, so in what area you need to, in which mutual funds you should invest. So when it comes to ATC deduction, I'm sure some of you must be aware about the ATC deduction, which is basically deductions available to individuals and HUF. So based on the payment basis. So if we talk about these deductions, then if we talk about these deductions, then obviously where I should invest my money. So that is one thing that we should be aware of. And last but not the least, yes, retirement distribution. So I should be aware about my retirement planning. I should be aware what are my goals. Like, for example, some of you may be thinking that I need to purchase my house, I need to purchase my car, I need to purchase, say, this and that. There's so many dreams that we have, right? And don't just please don't think that retirement is at the age of 60. Retirement is anyone when you want to be, is it any time when you want to be. Okay. Now, when it comes to retirement based investments, which is basically tax saving investments as well, there are three types of there are three types of retirement investment accounts. Number one is taxable investment accounts. Okay, please don't feel like that is something theoretical topic which I'm teaching you. Okay, it's not the theoretical one, but what I want to give here is basically certain type of idea. Then obviously I will come to some I will come to some suggestions. And whenever you feel like, okay, maybe this suggestion is not working for you, you can always reach out to us and then we will be helping you out. So don't feel like that there's some theoretical topic which is going on. So it's just when you start a session, so you just create some base of it. So that's the base I'm creating here. And then obviously I will move forward to the topic and the strategies, I would say. Yeah. So when it comes to types of retirement investment accounts, so there are three types. One is taxable investments account. Matlab, that means if I have generated my income, then that is taxable in the same year. The point is liquidity matters a lot, right? So suppose if I have generated an income this year and I have expenses also this year, then the type of investment that I'm going to make is basically define my liquidity as well. Okay, because if it is saving my taxation part, then obviously I can apply my liquid cash into something which is basically more um, uh, important for me, say right now. Okay, so taxable investment accounts are basically it is income which is generated within the same year and taxable within the same year. When it comes to tax deferred investment accounts, so you're deferring the tax. Deferring the tax means that you're postponing your tax. Okay. Uh, until distributions are taken. So for example, if you have basically you are contributing to your provident fund account. Okay. So when you're contributing to your provident fund account, so what happens that if you're withdrawing your amount within the 5 years period, then it is taxable. If you are not withdrawing your amount within the 5 years period, then it is not taxable. Okay. So basically you can defer your tax amount. I mean, you can defer your tax amount as well based on the time period basis. So it depends from one item, I would say, one investment to another investment based on the time period which is involved in the sections. And then there comes tax-free investment accounts. When it comes to tax-free investment accounts, there are certain incomes which are completely tax-free. Like, for example, if you're withdrawing your PF amount after, say, 5 years, then it is not taxable at all. So these are some tax-free investment accounts, which is not at all taxable. Now, when it comes to tax planning in India, now comes the biggest, now comes the main topic, tax planning in India. So when it comes to tax planning in India, it is divided, like if you want to save your taxes, there are certain sections to it, and we are already aware of it, right? Some of you might be aware of it, some of might not be aware of it. So it's completely okay. So when it comes to tax planning in India, you can save your taxes under section 80C, 80CCC, 80CCD. who are not aware, I mean, those people who are not aware what is ATC, ATCCC, or ATCCD. So basically, when we talk about income tax, okay, let me just write it down here. So when we talk about income tax, the income tax is like, you know, when we see a particular book, so we see the index. So when we talk about income tax, it is further divided and subdivided into sections and subsections. So these are the sections: ATC, ATCCC, ATCCD. Okay, these are the sections available under the Income Tax Act 1961. And you can also save tax under section 80D, 80DD, 80DDB. And if you are purchasing home and taking home loan, then again, some tax saving, like the principal amount. You can claim the deduction of the principal amount. You can claim the exemption, the deduction of the interest amount that you're paying on your home loan. Both would be available. Then this, if you're taking education loan, then again you can claim the exemption, I mean the deduction of it under section 80E up to a certain limit. And if we talk about the long-term capital gain could be related to your house property, or it could be related to your shares or stocks. So when we talk about the long-term capital gain, the tax planning related, normally what happens since, see, I'm into CA practice. So what happens when my clients are selling some property, or maybe they are selling some stocks and shares. So we have this discussion that we do that, okay, how I can save this capital gain amount by selling those shares, and I don't want to pay money, because when it comes to long-term capital gain, say there's this long-term capital gain of 50 lakh rupees, and then you would be paying 20% of tax on it. Means out of 50 lakhs, you're paying 10 lakhs to your 10 lakhs to the government. So obviously 10 lakhs is quite a big amount, right? So in order to save this money, you need to be you need to prepare yourself first, and you need to plan accordingly and apply your income to a particular, I would say, items which are given under the Income Tax Act, that you can invest your money in those items and then accordingly save your taxes. And again, when it comes to long-term capital gain from the sale of equity shares, so there is also certain scenarios which are given, that if you're selling your equity shares and accordingly you can invest your, say, in house property or something, then it will help you to exempt your income, and then accordingly you can save your tax. Now, before starting, I mean, before covering this ATC, ATCCC, ATCCD, whatever is basically part of it, I would also like to mention certain tax regimes that we follow in India. Okay, so when we talk about the tax regimes, there are two tax regimes that we follow here. One is the old tax regime, another is the new tax regime. What is old tax regime? So old tax regime is obviously old, but yes, what does it mean? That here under the old tax regime, all the deductions and exemptions are going to be available. Whereas if I talk about the new tax regime, only certain deduction, I mean either one or two deductions are available, rest would not be allowed at all. Now, why government has introduced this new tax regime? Let me just give you some brief idea of it. So what used to happen, that under the old tax regime, there are certain deductions and exemptions available. And in India, we follow this one thing, jugaad. Okay. So what used to happen, that people used to claim deductions and exemptions, and eventually used to claim refunds from the government. Okay. Government have realized that they are not actually investing their money, but they're just claiming the fake deductions, fake exemptions, and claiming the amounts from them. And obviously, I mean, if we talk about, say, let's take an example, you have given your money to your friend, and then you're asking it back. Then obviously, what will happen? Uh, the friend will, like, he will feel like, why I should give this money back to him, right? So the government is working on the same scenario, where they are not they're not basically following this process of like issuing the refunds, and they just want everyone to be clear in terms of their investments. They don't want to basically they don't want to uh, put their efforts in order to check the deductions or exemptions. So that is why they have just introduced this new tax regime. And eventually there's this I would say there's this rumor going on that old tax regime will be abolished with time, and then we will be uh, going forward with a new tax regime only, where there will be no deductions and no exemptions would be available. Now, when it comes to slab rates, I'm just taking a quick overview of it. Okay, not taking too much time in this. But when it comes to slab rates, so slab rates are divided into three. I would say based on the age factors. If you're less than 60, there's no taxation up to 2.5 lakhs. 2.5 to 5, it is 5%, 5 to 10, 10, and above 10 is 30. It same way when it comes to senior citizen and super senior citizen, it goes like up to 3 lakhs, there's a 0% tax. 3 to 5, it is 5. 5 to 10, it is 20, and above 10, it is 30. And when it comes to super senior citizen, it is 0 to 5. 5 lakhs, there is no tax, and 5 to 10, it is 20, and above 10, it is 30. But yes, when it comes to the new tax regime, now let me tell you, up to 5 lakhs, there's this scenario going on that up to 5 lakhs, there is no taxation. But when it comes to the new tax regime, um, from financial year 23-24 onwards, the slab rate of new under the new tax regime have been changed. Now, when it comes to the slab rate, this amendment came with Finance Act 2023, okay, and there's this budget about to come, right, in next 4 to 5 days. And I really want all of you to be to stick to the TV and just see what are the changes that the government is basically introducing in the new budget, I mean, in the new finance bill of 2024. But yes, let's talk about the amendments that they have introduced last year, which is applicable from this year onwards. That means from financial year 23-24. So earlier, what used to happen? This new tax regime used to be applicable to individuals and HF only. But when it comes from financial year 23-24, it is applicable to individual HF, AUPs, BOIs, artificial judicial persons. Since this webinar is basically specifically associated to the individual, so I'm not going to explain here what is AOP, what is BOI. But yes, if you would want to know, then please feel free to reach out to me and I will explain it to you later on. So when it slab rate, so what used to happen that earlier there was this 2.5 lakh limit in the new tax regime and in the old tax regime as well. But when it comes to this new tax regime, they have changed the slab rates. So when it comes to slab rates, now there's a gap of 3 lakhs at every point of at every rate of tax. So up to 3 lakhs, there's no tax. 3 to 6 lakhs, it is 5%. 6 to 9, it is 10%. 9 to 12, it is 15. So when I explain this to this class, so I'm always like, at every gap of 3 lakhs, there's this increment of tax of at every gap of 3 lakhs, there's an increment of tax of 5%. That's how I explain this in my class. So this way we are able to remember this is slab rate. Otherwise, it is like you need to mug up the things. So there's no need to mug up the things. I mean, you can just apply I would say the common sense. So maybe there's some picture you can associate with it, and accordingly you would easily able to remember the things, right? Now, there is surcharge rates that have been changed. Earlier, the surcharge rate was up to 37%. And even in the old tax regime, the surcharge rate is up to 37%. But when it comes to the new tax regime, from financial year 23-24 onwards, the maximum surcharge rate that you're going to pay is 25% only. There's this one more thing that when it comes to rebate, earlier it was up to 5 lakhs. Under the old tax regime, it is up to 5 lakhs only. But when it comes to the new tax regime, it is up to 7 lakhs. And even above 7 lakhs, there's this marginal rebate available to you. And there are so many deductions which are not available under the new tax regime, like the leave travel allowance, house rental allowance, special allowances. So I'm not going to this. Basically, this is something which I have prepared for all of you guys. But yeah, so Now let's talk about the investments that you make in order to save money. Okay. Number one is your life insurance. Number two is your annuity pension plan, public provident fund, NPS, superannuation fund, unit linked insurance plan, ELSS, real estate home loan, tax saving FD. There's so many retirement investments like you can make. And you know what? These will help you for the tax saving as well. I mean, say if you want to purchase life insurance, it can help you for the tax saving. If you want to purchase a home, it can help you for the tax saving, right? NPS, the pension schemes that if you take, uh, the pension schemes that I mean, if you take, it is going to help you for the tax saving. Okay, the public provident fund, the provident fund. So these are the investments that are going to help you for the tax saving. But the point is, see, this is something which is basically, I mean, I would say most of the people are aware of these things. Okay. And if, say, you have started your career, then that is fine. Maybe you're not aware of it. But what I'm trying to say that I need to make investment in life insurance, everyone is aware about it. Or I need to make investment in, say, ELSS, equity linked savings scheme. Everyone is aware about it, and if they're not aware, they would be aware about it. But nobody is aware that which ELSS investment in which ELSS investment basically I should make the investment in which ELSS scheme or in or under which ULIP scheme. Okay. If tax saving FDs are better investment options or not. So nobody is aware about it. So now what I'm trying to say that there is certain goals. Like for example, if I talk about my goals, you know what used to happen when I was when I was at early stage of my career, my dad used to say that you need to apply or you need to appear for the government exams because this will help you to create your pension income, right? Because this will help you to for your retirement. But with time, I have realized that I am not someone who is basically excited about the government jobs because there is some, like, if you are going to repeat something, then it is something which I don't like, which I personally don't like. Okay, so I need to be very spontaneous. I would say I really like the adventurous part of it. If I'm doing one thing at one certain point of time, I really want to do another thing the next day. So that is my nature. So I felt like, okay, I'm not made for the government jobs, but retirement is something which is more important, right? Because obviously, you know what happens that everyone is aware about कि अपने को home loan लेना है या कुछ लेना है. In English, I repeat one more time. Everyone is aware about that. Okay, I need to purchase this house. I need to purchase this car. I need to make investments for my students, for my child. I need to take care of my family. I need to take the term insurance. I need to take the life insurance, whatever it is, but nobody thinks about their retirement. Okay. And the idea is to mix your retirement with the tax planning. The tax planning investments that you make should be mixed with the retirement planning as well. And accordingly, it will help you to basically to save your future as well. Right? Yeah. So these are certain retirement investments which I mean an individual can create their portfolio. And just give me a second. Yeah. Now there's this one thing that I would like to explain here. Just keep, is my screen I mean visible to every one of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, what I'm trying to say here, that if you want to strategize your investment, if you want to plan your investments, then I would say that it's better to have a deeper knowledge of it. Okay. And in order to have it, just then if you want to plan certain investments, then obviously strategize your investments mixed with the retirement planning. You need to have a deeper knowledge of it, right? And in order to have a deep of something, you basically require to understand some things, right? You need to, okay. So I'm getting few questions. Okay. So the questions that I'm receiving, basically I will reply to these questions. Um, the session is over. I mean, just give me 15-20 minutes of time, and then I will like then I will respond to your questions. Yeah. So basically, in order to have the deeper knowledge, I suggest all of you to do this CFP certification course. Okay. See, this is not something I am basically pitching any sales or something. Not, no, it's not like that. Okay. So if you want to have this knowledge, then you can always reach out to us. But yes, this is something who wants to start their career, right? Who are into the initial stage of their career, who are professionals. Like I'm a CA, I have done this CFP, right? Um, I have cleared my CFP level 2, and then Rishi sir is here. He's already a CFP. He will explain more what are the areas, like I mean, how you can achieve something in your life after in your career wise, after completing your CFP. So when it comes to CFP certification, it is one of the world's topmost certification in the personal finance. Okay, recognized in 27 countries. And it is basically, when it comes to CFP examination, total 4 levels. Okay, 4 levels: CFP level 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, and it is ideal for students. I mean, say you have just cleared your 12th class and you're not aware, you want to start your career in finance, or you're not aware, you're just BCom, say. Normally what happens is a stigma. Oh, I'm just BCom, what should I do? CA is something, it's like people say that it's difficult to clear. CPA is, say, lots of investment. CFA, lots of investment. Maybe you would like thinking like that. So I would say that it is ideal for students who wants to start their career in the financial industry, I mean in the financial sector. Professionals like the CAs, like I have basically done this CFP course. Have started I've done the CFP course. So for professionals, it is also like they can add something to it. Independent financial advisors, you can become the independent financial advisor after clearing your CFP. Bankers, insurance agents, everyone can do CFP. There's no age bar in this certification. When it comes to personal finance and wealth focused curriculum, it's more like, suppose everyone has a goal. Okay, I want to purchase a house. I want to purchase a new car as well. So if my income is say 1 lakh rupees per month, then accordingly I should invest my money in a certain way that I should be able to like I should be able to achieve my goals. So yes, personal finance is something that we are going to focus in this, and it's basically a short-term certification course. Generally, it takes 6 to 12 months based on your preparation, based on I mean the ICFP team will be available to you for your classes, will be guiding you. like when to study. And there is this doubt solving group that we create every month. And every month the examination, you can appear for the examination. So the examination happens every month. Yeah. Now, when it comes to the program eligibility,
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Shivangi. Shivangi, Rishi is here since he is a CFP and he has more idea and he can relate better. So if you can
yes,
ask
sure,
Rishi
sure.
to take it from here, it would be great. Rishi, if you are there,
Yeah, I can take it from here. No worries, please.
Yeah.
thank you so much, Rishi.
Just yeah. Okay, so thanks Shivangi for I think I also got many insights as to how to think about taxation and probably help to guide clients much better in terms of what's the best for them. And you also explained about the old and the new tax regime. Uh, so that's also something that you've touched base, which is very important for us to decide. And eventually, yes, the old has to move out. It will only be the new tax regime. So then how do we balance our investments with that? Because I mean, that is also essential because ultimately, yes, we have to build a retirement portfolio, retirement because it's something that is going to come to each one of us. And these days, even governments don't have pension. We all have defined benefit. It's not defined contribution. So a lot of points were there, and they were really realistic and good for us, everyone to know. So, friends, I'll take it over from here from Shivangi. Friends, Shivangi, can you just yeah, I'll request you to move to the next slide. I'll just begin it right now. So, when it comes to program eligibility, friends, I think Shivangi mentioned about the criticality. Yes, personal finance uh, is essentially important, and these days, yes, because of the increasing interest. See, there was a time when this was personal finance was more of a demand more of a push kind of a model whereby we had to explain clients, but these days clients are aware. All they need is they would like to trust a person who is well qualified and he has detailed knowledge. He's an expert in the field of personal finance, and when it comes to being an expert, no better than a CFP. I am one. I am actually an MBA finance, and I did my CFP. So because I wanted to be an expert in the personal finance, and that's what this course leads you to. So I'll take it over from here, and I think we're getting to so many questions, so I'll answer all of them as soon as I finish with the webinar today. So when it comes to who can join, anyone can join. Who's just the requirement is very basic over here. Uh, it's more about the someone being 18 years and then he just needs to be 10 plus 2. That's all is required. He can So that means someone who is into the he's in his graduation first year, second year, whatever, he can certainly go for this certification to to come up as an expert person who can be readily employable by the BFSI industry. Now, coming to when it comes to the CFP mark, friends, as I think we were just discussing that yes, a person who is into the graduation can certainly apply, but when it comes to getting the final certification, friends, that will only be possible when someone has minimum 3 years of experience in the BFSI. So if someone who's into first year, second year of graduation, or into something else where he is pursuing it right now, he's not a professional. There is an alternate way over there where he has to work under 1 year under a supervised articleship under a CFP. So that is also something which ICFP can definitely arrange for you. And then what really happens is that uh, uh, you have to just go with that. So that will help you get the CFP mark. Can we move to the next slide, please, Shivangi? Yes. Uh, Friends, if you look at the curriculum, if someone is there who wants to go with the regular pathway, so I'll explain about what do you mean by the regular pathway is where CFP has 4 levels in it. So if you can look at on the left, you see this is level 1 investment planning specialist. Then you have level 2, which is retirement tax planning specialist. Level 3 is risk and estate, and then you have the finals. When I look at, and if you ask me personally, friends, when you look at level 1 investment planning specialist, and the first one is the PFM, which is the personal financial management. Friends, here we'll be teaching you about, and the curriculum is all about how do you understand, how do you really define goals? How can you really put a mathematical number to goals? How do you understand? How do you evaluate and analyze the financial statements of a individual in terms of what is his cash flow, what amount of money he's getting, what is his net
Hello.
worth? What is his net worth, right? So that is something that is going to be there. Now, second is investment planning and asset management. Friends, when it comes to IPAM, you will be learning about all the investment products which are there in the Indian financial industry today. And what really happens there, as Shivangi was mentioning, the nuances of taxation, of course, has to be kept in mind to guide our clients properly in terms of which are the right ones for investment, and then also for as far as the uh, retirement in terms of the withdrawal strategy. Coming to level 2, yes, Shivangi mentioned tax planning, an essential module that is being taught to you. You will be taught about all the 5 income heads in terms, also the the residency status, the international taxation, what is gifting, how do you properly define a trust, what's the taxation impact on trust. So all that is going to be there. Retirement planning, friends, both the accumulation and the withdrawal strategies. What are the best retirement products? NPS, PPF, EPF, what are the contributions, limits, how you can really strategize it properly for your client basis of his cash flow that he's generating in terms of income monthly. Third level, friends, risk and estate planning specialist. Friends, risk is basically how much is the sufficient insurance cover that we require. There is a mathematical way in which we can compute it. Estate planning, friends, succession. Think about it. We strive all our lives to really prepare us with, and we build assets. And if the succession is not properly done to the next generations, what really happens is there could be disputes in family, and nobody likes that. If there is a way we can we can put it smoothly and help our clients do it, I think why not do it? So finally, friends, we go to CFP final level. Friends, there are 2 legs of this final stage whereby you have to submit a 360-degree holistic financial plan to the board for approval. And along with that, there is a 3-hour 100-mark CFP final exam which has to be cleared. So once these levels, everything is cleared, then you get the CFP mark and you can use it for your profession and of course get a job in any of the leading BFSI companies. Can we go to the next slide, please, Shivangi? Yes. Why should you choose ICFP, International College of
Hello.
Financial?
Hello.
Excuse. Yes, Saket.
Uh,
Can I
yeah, just
continue, please?
no sir, please एक क्वेश्चन पूछना था. I just joined because 100 का लिमिट क्रॉस हो चुका था, तो अभी
Yes,
10 मिनट
please.
से सुन रहा हूँ. तो टैक्सेशन टॉपिक खत्म हो गया है क्या, या अभी शुरू होना
Yes.
बाकी है?
No, Saket, the taxation topic is over, but of course you will get a recording of this and you can see the entire
अच्छा,
webinar then.
ओके सर,
Recording will
थैंक
be
यू.
provided, Saket. Yes.
ओके सर, थैंक यू सो मच.
Okay, ji, okay. So why ICOFP? See, International College of Financial Planning, friends, is part of the Bajaj Capital Group. I'm sure you are aware of Bajaj Capital and the kind of company which is only focused on providing financial advice to clients, right? ICFP has been pioneer in the CFP certification because this was brought to India by Mr. Anil Chopra, who was the earlier CEO of Bajaj Capital. So that is the kind of connect which International College of Financial Planning brings in when it comes to CFP. Most experienced qualified CFP faculties, friends. Shivangi is a faculty. She's a chartered accountant. I am also one of the faculty. So I'm an MBA finance and the CA. And a CFP. Then, friends, the other element is our academic dean, in fact, is Madam Madhu Sinha. She has been the former FPSB India director from 2007 to 2009. When it comes to our record and in terms of a passing percentage, we have a very high passing percentage of CFP final alumni. You can look at our social media handles for the numbers that we generate. And And in fact, I would say most of the leading financial planners in India, they are alumni of us. You can look at the leading names like Lavai Navlakhi. You can look at people who are very seasoned in the business, and they are putting it there. Can we go to the next slide, please? Currently, the way we impart our education study modules is basically through on Zoom panel. This is basically we had offline sessions. We used to have it before, but due to COVID, we have and also depending upon once we have it seasoned out, we'll certainly open it up. When it comes to virtual classes, friends, which are on Zoom panels, you can always go for an option whereby either go for the weekday or the weekend. Weekday is Monday to Friday. Excuse me, Monday to Friday, but it's going to be in the evening. As we understand, most of you would be working professionals. On weekends, it is Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, it's going to be evening, and Sunday early morning, you will have the sessions, and then you have the entire day for yourself. And when it comes to the other element, friends, that I would also mention to you, some people who cannot really devote a fixed amount of time of attending the sessions, they can go with the e-learning method, whereby you will be provided with ready to move access of recordings of the video topic recordings of from the similar faculties. It's the same guys who are doing recordings, and those recordings are provided so that you can do it in a DIY method. Provided, as because we find many people can't commit to a real time because of their busy schedules and other responsibilities. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. When it comes to the learning resources, friends, I would say ICFP's learning material is one of the most advanced, and the only people who wrote the modules initially when this was brought in India. It was not something, because things are not curated to India. ICFP is the only one pioneered, curated the modules according to India. So these days, when somebody joins us, we provide him a host of material, which is concept books. Each module would have concept books, workbooks. You have guest lectures like you're having today. Then you will be given access to LMS, whereby you will be recording the recorded videos sessions where you were a part of it will be provided, so that you can again go revise the topics and get the thing up to as much clarity as is required. You will be given online mock tests are provided on online mock tests are provided, whereby what really happens is that you can go to this respective level and try and give as many as mocks, so that you get much clarity as to how exams are really conducted by the FPSB board. And then you have doubts clearing sessions every month from the respective specialist expert faculty, so that there's nothing left for actually to see that you are very ready for the exams. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. Friends, firstly, I will be discussing about the FPSB board fee. Friends, FPSB, once a candidate thinks about joining the CFP program, he has to get registered with the FPSB board within 15 days of joining any batch with ICFP. So what really comes for him is that he needs to go with the registration, FPSB registration, which costs 18,000 rupees. Now, friends, this registration is valid for as I'm very sure that if you clear any level exam in between, then it just moves ahead. Details upon how this 1 year really works, you can get a much more clarity from all of our counselors who are ready there to guide you on this. Then, friends, FBSP, there is a mandate that every candidate has to buy e-books. So but the idea is from level 1 to level 3, the cost of these books is 6,500 rupees. It's not that we have to pay this 32,500 in one go. It will be on stage wise. If I'm in level 1, I'll pay them 6,500, and then I'll clear the exam and then go to level 2, and then I'll pay for the next level. So it's on a piecemeal basis. when it comes to once a candidate is ready for any level, he should be pursuing an exam, level-wise exam. So for this, friends, the fee is 6,750 rupees for each level. And for the final level, friends, the fees is 13,000. So when I was mentioning about the final level exam, there are 2 points, there are 2 stages for the final level. So one is the exam, the cost is 13,000. And then, as I was mentioning to you, the financial plan submission, for that, the fee is 10,500. So friends, this regular pathway, the meaning of that is anyone who's who's a 10+2 and he's 18 years plus, he can join the regular pathway and start his journey for CFP. Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. Friends, coming to now something that I wanted to definitely mention to you. There is again something known as a challenge pathway, friends. It's a shortcut way of getting the CFP certification or the CFP mark. How it really works is, how is it different from the regular pathways? Basically, that for the challenge pathway, friends, FPSB requires a person to have requisite education and experience. Now, when I say requisite education, you can see on the slide that he has to be someone who's a full chartered accountant or someone who is a CA inter with 3 years of articleship. Someone, finance professionals you can either be a CPA or an ACCA, an MBA in MBA, and now recently they've even included MBA from any stream. Previously, it used to be only MBA finance or finance majors, but now it is from any streams MBA. Yes, that's a right. Then if someone is an MBA from any stream, yes, he has the requisite education. Now, apart from the education, in terms of experience, friends, for challenge pathway, one has to have minimum 3 years of experience in the BFSI space. And then what really happens is he can go with the challenge pathway, friends. The fee for it is, firstly, FPSB charges 5,000 rupees for validation. As validation, they'll be checking your documents that yes, you have the requisite education and experience. They charge 5,000 for that. Then, friends, comes is the registration and FPSB content. Friends, this registration and FPSB content, friends, they charge 34,000 rupees. And it's basically the 18,000 plus the content fee. So that on a combined basis, it is 34,000. Financial plan assessment and final exam fee is the same as it was in the regular pathway, 10,500 and 13,000. So someone who has the education and experience, I would really advise them to go with the challenge pathway, and you can straight away go prepare for the level 4 and submit the plan and give the exam, and you get the certification along with your existing qualification that you bring in. Can we go to the next slide, please? Friends, now I come to the study fees at International College of Financial Planning. Friends, when I say the virtual class, is basically Zoom sessions where faculties would like me or Shivangi would be coming and explaining you the topics, and you can have the Q&A and everything live, those 2-hour sessions. And the e-learning, I told you, those are basically the recorded sessions. The third is a challenge pathway. Okay, friends. So if you've understood this, friends, the fee basically is 15,000 rupees per level for when it comes to virtual. On a combined lump sum basis, friends, you get roughly around a 25% discount, and the fee comes to 44,900. For the e-learning, friends, the fee is 11,000 rupees per level. And on a lump sum basis, you get around a 21% discount if you pay lump sum. So the fee would be 34,900. There's a difference of 10,000 the fee from virtual to e-learning. Coming to challenge pathway, friends, there's a flat fee of 25,000, which includes 40 to 45 hours of preparatory sessions. So when I say of preparatory sessions, basically means candidate who's joining, he'll be given detailed understanding of of all the 3 levels, the studies that have happened before that, so that he's able to understand what is really going to come in the exam in level 4. So after the preparatory, he will be having sessions for the case studies and the CFP final exam in terms of case studies and the theoretical topics that are there. Can we go to the next slide, Shivangi, please? Yes. Offer for the day, friends. Today, we are offering a flat 10% discount on fee. And this is across the ways you want to go. You want to go for the virtual sessions or the e-learning or the challenge pathway. A flat 10% discount on fee is coming for you. When it comes to content fee, I mentioned to you about that, for FPSP content fee, we have to pay. I mean, it is compulsory. So what ICFP will be offering you, will be giving you discount coupons, which is going to be, helping you save 16,250 rupees on the FPSP content fee for the entire journey of yours. So across levels, I have taken this. I mean, when I was a student at ICFP, I really took this advantage. So I think it's a great thing and it saves a lot of money. Thirdly, friends, apart from the CFP content, we just don't want the candidates to be only, what is the additional things that ICFP can offer? Friends, first is we'll be giving you 15 hours of e-learning videos for someone who wants to, clear his NISM 5A, which is the mutual fund distributors module. So that is also going to be provided side by side. Yes, please get this this certification as well. Along with that, you'll be given 7 hours of, recorded lectures, which is worth 5,000 rupees, which will help you to be, someone who can understand technical charts, technical patterns, and do a technical analysis on stocks. So apart from your CFP journey, yes, you can learn about mutual funds more and get this distributorship license. The other is also learning about technical. So that's the kind of a wholesome package, and that's the USP that we bring in. We provide you these 10,000 rupees worth of additional skills that somebody can get over this journey in CFP. Can we go to the next slide, Shivangi, please? Yes. So as I mentioned, friends, the offer for the day, if you look at, there is a combined benefit that comes to you of rupees 30,000, which anyone can avail if he gets to understand, he speaks to a counselor, gets convinced in terms of yes, CFP is the right, and he joins us today itself. Can just press the next. Yeah. Friends, I was mentioning to you about the ICFP fee. If there is someone who is really interested to join, but he cannot give us a lump sum in terms of the entire fee, 44,900, 34,900, or 25,000, we can help him get a 0% interest easy loan, which is he can pay it in 6 easy EMIs, provided he just has to pay 5,000 as down payment, and then we can arrange this interest-free loan also for him. Can we just now show the last slide, Shivangi? Yes. So friends, be ready. Just pay 5,000 and enroll with us for your journey on the personal finance. If you want to become an expert, you feel that this is something you want to really make a good career in the BFSI, dynamic BFSI industry, as I always say. Friends, this is the number 9711437779. Our counselors are there to help you, to guide you on with the prospects, the material, and how we can also help you. Friends, I just want to add one more point over here. One more USP that you would see with ICFP compared to any other uh, education provider that you can check with, and you can do a fair check of this, is that we are coming up with an active recruitment strategy whereby Bajaj Capital, a parent organization, plus a lot of other our network, corporates would be actively hiring CFPs, and they would be giving students from ICFP, the students will get a priority over others. So that is also something that we are working. In fact, we have a couple of openings right now also, which I think we've shared resumes with Bajaj Capital and some other companies also. So yes, that's again a USP. Your job issue. If you are new to you are a graduate, you want to get a job, or you are someone who wants to switch careers. Yes, ICFP can help you with your fresh career opportunity. But for that, yes, of course, you have to clear the CFP. That is required because they want to hire an expert. That's the clear mandate, and we are the ones who will be helping you become one in the personal finance space. Yeah. So thank you, friends, on this. What I would do is now we can take up, Kanaya, we can take up questions now. Some questions were there, I think, for Shivangi as well. So, and for the general
Sure.
understanding on CFP. So we can take the questions now. Thank you.
So friends, you can raise your hands and I'll unmute you one by one. You can ask your question directly from Shivangi and DC. Rishi, I cannot see any question or even a raised hand.
There are some questions in the some questions
Uh,
in the chat box, if we can take them as well.
yes. So one of the question. What is the difference between CFP and CWM?
See, friends, the larger difference, and I think Samir has raised his hand. So Samir, I'll take up your question in a minute. I just want to first explain CFP versus CWM. So CFP is Certified Financial Planner. CWM is Chartered Wealth Manager, friends. The difference is that, when it comes to CWM, the scope is a little more towards wealth management to handle HNIs. Okay, so it is more towards that. But when it comes to CFP, the scope is more broader in terms that you will not only have to look at only managing wealth. You will be looking at firstly helping clients meet their basic financial goals in life. So the serviceability of a CFP is it's much more as compared to a CWM, whereby the course is not focused more towards helping clients reach their financial goals. It's more towards managing wealth, more of portfolios designing and portfolio management rather than from a goal based kind of a thing. So we have faculties who are in fact, one of our faculties, yes, is a CFP and a CWM. And the reason why he did CFP was because CWM is more on the HNI side and he wanted to actually cater to a lot of more clients. So that was also my understanding when I joined CFP versus CWM. It's a very common question. But the reason being, I wanted to cater to a much larger market compared to only the HNI. So that's the one thing. And for catering to an HNI, I really don't need a specialist course. CFP is good enough for handling any kind of a client. Of course, for handling for servicing an HNI, yes, you need those years of experience because his finance, his things are going to be more complex. So complexity is involved there, and that's the reason why puja that we require experience is required there. So that's one. I think Seema, and I think we had uh, Seema is there. So Seema, you can ask your question, please.
So, I'm sorry, my name got wrongly entered because it wasn't. My name is Millie. Uh, my question to you is like, I had registered for this course a couple of years back during lockdown, and I could clear level 3, I believe, investment planning, retirement, and insurance. I couldn't reach taxation because the validity period was got over, and then they had introduced some new curriculum post lockdown, I believe. So there was a break of an year or 2 years now. So if I want to restart again, how do I go about it? Should I directly enroll for the final level? And again, I have to pay all the charges. If you can just explain me on this.
Ma'am, final would not work. Do you have the requisite education and experience for the challenge pathway in terms
I
of, I
mean,
mean,
yes, I've worked for 13 years. I have worked in Bombay Stock Exchange, and currently I'm
experience
at
is okay. But what
yeah,
about education? In terms of education, are you a postgrad in finance or MA in economics or a CA or a CFA?
MBA in finance.
Okay. So then, ma'am, you can straight away go to the challenge pathway and submit the case study and give the final exam, and you will get the certification mark.
So how about the classes? Because again, I need to start from the scratch. Will I get the
So
assistant from your?
as I mentioned, you will get, firstly, you will be getting 45 hours of refresher sessions, which means from level one to level three, all the 6 modules are going to be taught to you. And
Wonderful. Okay.
and then only, because anyways, I mean, it's just try to understand, ma'am, for people who are coming with the challenge, I might be a CA, but for me to be, getting to become an expert, I need those 45 hours of, those groundwork has to be there, right? So that will be provided. And of course, you will be given access to our LMS, which means, to the e-learning content. So everything that we teach for our levels, 45 hours में सर सब कुछ complete नहीं होता, ma'am. So you will be getting, you can go much deeper into other things as well, and then straight away go to the challenge part. So that's the right way for you to go and get the certification. I think that is what my advice is to you.
Do you provide any questions for me to solve, to check? I mean, some online like exams or sort of thing, tests.
See, there's a lot of material that we share. The idea is that the refresher, after you have the sessions, there's a refresher book that is going to be shared with you initially only before the sessions begin. Then you have access to the LMS. The entire any topic that is there in CFP is already there with you for 1 year of your journey. Along with that is that when you go to level 4, you will be getting sessions for case study. How do you really build up a case study, which is going to be accepted by the board. And then for the final exam, you'll be properly trained. Adequate number of hours are there, so that it's not very difficult. I mean, you've done 3, the curriculum change, so that's not a problem with them. You can straight away go with the challenge pathway and get the certification. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll have like the hand holding in case if I get stuck, I need someone. Like the online sessions are fine, the contents which you will provide, but there will be the mentor as well. In case if I get stuck in between, I can approach him or her. Correct?
Faculties are there as mentors. Then when you go to CFP final level, yes, again a mentor is going to be attached to you, whereby you'll be in a group of 7 to 8 people, whereby there'll be a mentor to guide you from, how do you really clear the exam. So that's again going to be there. The hand-holding is there, and I mean, we are more enthusiastic to get to see that you clear it. So I have to ensure that we have to ensure, in fact, as ICFP, that yes, we get you cleared your certification. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your explanation. I mean, very beautifully you explained step by step. I missed the initial part, but thank you so much. I wish you were there like when I had started my journey. But I am from Mumbai and I did my this enrolled here. But let's see now. If everything works, I
Sure.
will definitely get it. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. We can take some other questions also.
Rishi Pravinji is asking how much
Yes.
time it needed to finish the challenge pathway along with its associated classes and support available. So I think
Praveenji, motamoti, you should take around 6 months to from start to end to clear the exam, I would say, because your 40-hour sessions are going to happen on the weekend. Because what we've seen over the time is that for professionals, it's very difficult to do it weekday wise. तो वो होंगे 45 hours of refresher sessions. Then you will need couple of months to 1 month at least to submit the case study, then prepare for the exams. So mota moti, I would say 6 months is a good time to get this done. But if what we've even seen, Praveenji, at times is if people are they are very clear on the like as I told you, there are 6 modules that you have to prepare. So if someone who's very good at, let's say, taxation, he is an insurance also, he's clear, he's okay with the state, little bit of that, then it can even happen earlier. We are seeing there are a couple of students who have even going for their finals in February, and they joined just 4 months back. They didn't need much time. I'm telling you about someone who is uninitiated, who doesn't know anything about personal finance. He's not touched these topics before. So then I would say 6 months.
Pooja ji is asking, saying, what's the difference between CFP and CWM? Then
I think I already explained.
I want my son to get enrolled in any physical class available because online understanding is bit lesser. So, Pooja ji, I have something on this because see, with the online class, you have the option to go through the recordings anytime available with you. So it will be provided on your LMS, so you will have the access of classes anytime. With physical classes, I don't think it is possible to provide you the recording, because uh, 2 hours of classes happen, and it is very hard for a person to remember everything will taught in the class. So even nowadays, the online classes is more acceptable. You can give it a try, and let's see if it can work for you.
Yes. Yes. Is there any question for Shivangi on the taxation part? I think there were a few questions that people wanted her to answer.
No, Rishi, I cannot see any question.
Okay. Now I think we can, Graham, we can then wrap up the
Right,
session,
right,
right?
definitely.
Yeah. So thanks once more, Shivangi, for joining us today and explaining us the concepts. And thank you so much, everyone, for being available on a Saturday morning and bearing us for this 1 hour. Please make the best decision for your life in terms of a career. Someone who's looking for that, or maybe someone who's looking for an upskilling. He's a mid-career, he's in mid-career, thinking of maybe changing or upskilling himself. Yes, you should go for financial courses, and CFP being one of the best ones and the gold standard when it comes to personal finance. So someone who wants to go in BFSI, I think there's no other course which is a better one globally. So this is the one. So decide the best for you and keep learning and keep doing well. Thank you so much, and see you. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.